My fellow Decepticons, welcome back to another shaky video on my cell phone. Let's get right into Transformers Prime 1 Studios Megatron. So this is a figure that I ordered in June of 2017, and I guess it was under pre-production or whatever, but to me it was phrased as a pre-order. So this is the longest figure I've ever waited for, and it was certainly the most expensive. Now, there's a couple caveats of this review. This is the special edition of the statue, which means it is the same statue, but with simply an additional alternate head. And the price difference of that was, I think, about $300 or something. So the heads are all in the current frame. I'm going to compare this to some other last night products that I have, and we're just going to get right into this one, and we'll cover some of the cool features and details and just stuff that I did not know about Prime 1 Studios figures, stuff that I like, stuff that I did not like, what the assembly was like, and then we'll add the bloopers because there is quite a story with setting this thing up. So let's get right into this one. So as you can see, the figure has some beautiful detail. It is based right off of the CGI model. Currently, I do not have batteries in it. I wish I had known what batteries it needed, and that was an option to ship with. I did not see such an option, but some of them are pretty particular, and I'll show that in a second. Now, one of the things I like the most is this stand, right? It is an amazing stand. I still haven't seen it lit up yet, but when you look at it, right, you would think that maybe it's hollow. I don't think that it is completely hollow. It weighs almost 50 pounds. In fact, in one of the blooper reels, you'll see me be like, now the moment of truth, right? And I pull back the plastic, and instead of the statue, it was just a box with, the stand in it. And then, there was me dying a little bit inside. And then I had to go to the UPS store to figure out why they only delivered the stand. Now, I'll show the boxes here in a second, just to show you how big and how much space just the box takes up. Now, the figures itself, it is sent in pieces, and you assemble it. Now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to disassemble just almost any part here in a second. So, I did not know this, but they are magnetic. So you can just take the pieces and move them, pull them off, clean them, whatever you got to do. Mine luckily had almost no damage from shipping or anything. I will be contacting them because there was a minor scratch on the stand itself. Of course, it's on the front of the stand too, but not that big of a deal to me. Now, they seem to take their customer service pretty seriously. But when I say this thing comes apart, I mean it really comes apart. You can pull off the chest pieces here that stack and become his full armor. The legs are like 5 or 6 pieces themselves. There's the main leg components. And there's details underneath them too. They're not just unpainted. See, you can pull it off, and there's his joints and stuff and pipes. So it's pretty cool that that was included. I don't know if that was something that you see in the model, but again, I apologize for the low video quality or the creaking. I was just so excited to show you guys. I had to make the video now. Now I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to stop talking for a second because I'm going to show you how big this is, but the chair that I'm sitting in will likely squeak. So this is me standing up at 5'9". It is on a table itself, but I'd say the statue itself is 2 feet. And we can compare it soon to Devastator and Moss Megatron. But this is a foam replica of the Last Night Megatron sword. And we're going to stand this up here. I believe this was a 5.5 foot replica. So on the display table that I have, this is almost, it's like 9 inches off from being as tall as this 5-foot sword on this 2-foot table. So that's pretty cool. I think it's probably stands on display at about, let's say, I don't know, 4.5 feet. So again, this is all going to be done in one take. I apologize. No time to have Starscream edit. No time. So if you look at his fusion cannon, which was one of my favorite parts of this design, which is why I bought it, was I thought the Last Night Megatron captured a lot of elements of Megatron while still bringing a fresh take to it and sticking to the theme of the movie, which I had no idea would be terrible when I pre-ordered it. But I love the detail on the shield. I don't even think the shield is captured in any other iteration of this. But the sword is, or axe is something to behold too. There's just so much detail in every component. Now I'm going to show you the back, which is where the rechargeable batteries go. Again, magnetic Decepticon logo. It takes 1.5 volt batteries. So again, no idea that it took that. So if you have an interest in purchasing one of these statues, I'm pretty sure they're sold out. But if you have one coming or whatever, this might help you out. Now the fusion cannon takes batteries as well. It takes AAAs. Now this is, I believe, the premium, like just the standard edition face, right? Where the main difference is you can see his teeth. Everybody loved that. And here you can see his other head is just the stoic, you know, mouth closed. I really like the mask element, and you can remove that if for some reason you always hated that element. I think it would look goofy without it, but I will take that off now. So you can have him without that element, and that's the only downside there. And then we're going to take a look at the batteries for the head. Now I actually need to look at what type of battery it takes. But there is the battery component. So I assume it's a small one. But what I like about this neck system is you can actually turn the head, which I'll demonstrate now. So, and again, it's magnetic. And then there's also different things you can kind of do, like you can switch out the for the battle mask with the closed face. So I like that. And you can actually remove the tusks as well. So if you, for some reason, like, you know, the look without the tusks, that is completely an option. Now, everything comes off, like I said, like the shoulder pads all come off. The shield comes off, and it comes with an alternate arm piece, which I'll show you now, but I will not put on, only because the amount of work it took to assemble. But the other one for the shield has a little hole in it, a peg that it attaches to, and you can also keep the shield piece there and put this in its place. Now, with the overall aesthetic, these details are crazy, but I mean, it's sharp. I mean, it looked sharp in the movie, and you know, this is enough to probably cut you. So just be careful when you're swinging it around that you don't chip the toenails or nip any edges. I would recommend taking all the pieces out, putting them down. There was really like simple instructions, which I'll show you here in a second. But when you look at it, you know, it was like, yeah, just stick these batteries in, like, you know, everybody has them. And it was confusing at first. you know, I was like trying to pull at all the logos because I was so excited. But these are the instructions, and again, it's pretty simple. And it just shows the different components and where they go. I think they did a really good job with this, actually, surprisingly. So, and there's the on-off switch on the base. There's a button on the top of the heads. So dramatic when it goes on. But yeah, that's the instructions. And then on the back, it has some additional helpful information, which I took from it. Now, I needed no screwdriver. I needed no hammers, right? Don't do anything like that. My, this little peg here on the base gave me a lot of trouble for putting the initial foot on, right? There's only one peg. The other foot is, you know, freestanding. I think it's so that you can move it about, but I wouldn't recommend it. Now, here's a picture of it with the special head that he comes with. But yeah, so if you notice that one of the instructions just simply says notice, and it says due to the nature of the production, small fragile part may change, I'm just reading it as is, may change shape, direction during shipment. If it happened, we suggest to use a hairdryer to warm up the part for at least 45 to 60 seconds with a distance of 10 centimeters. Please adjust the part as you like and let it cool down. Now, I tried this with that peg that I told you gave me all the trouble under the left foot. Now, I don't know if I needed to do that. I believe that peg is metal, so I don't know how much that particularly helped. Now, eventually I just was patient with it. I did start to, you know, push a little bit, and then I realized, you know, it's not worth it. I called the company, and they were kind enough to be supportive and answer any questions, and they said that I can send them images, and they'll get a customer help team to help me troubleshoot the assembly of my statue. So you can contact, if you purchase it through Sideshow, their support number. They were great. They were also great during my frustration with the shipping, which I'll get into at the end. But overall, I am really happy with how this turned out. So happy, in fact, that I ordered the Beast Wars Megatron figure, and I will be picking it up Friday. Now, that was from a private seller, as it was sold out. Now, I'm going to show some other last night products, just to give you some scale. Now, remember when you thought leader class figures were big? Here is one of my 4 leader class last night Megatrons holding his flames like drumsticks. And here is the size of the leader class compared just to a head from this statue. So, I mean, it's like the size of almost the entire body. And just for some real scale, you can see there that it is quite the doozy. And there's that button I spoke about as well. Now let me put this down. By the way, you'll find that there's no good place to put anything down when this thing is nearby. It just is nerve-wracking. You don't want to scratch anything. Everything looks so nice. I saved these little corners so that I could store the heads. Now, here is something that I got kind of as a holdout. This is the Last Night Megatron phone charger. Why this is a thing, I'm not sure. It doesn't even really integrate with the phone. You just pop out that panel and you're good to go. But this is the size comparison to the two of those. Can't even get them both in the shot. But I actually still really like this piece. It has amazing detail. It has lights. So that is great in my opinion. So let's put this guy down. So that's just a little overview of the Transformers Prime 1 Studio, the last night Megatron. I seem to, let's see, have some trouble with the shipping. Seemed to have some trouble there. They shipped me the stand and didn't require a signature for that. So when I got home, I thought the whole figure was here, and I was confused because I thought it was supposed to be one box, or sorry, 2 boxes. But there was one, and it said that my order had been delivered. But there was actually 2 tracking numbers, and it wasn't made clear on the order online. So I ended up driving, and I spent the whole day trying to figure it out, and UPS said, oh, it's now on a truck with 4,000 other packages. So I had the base, but not the statue. So I became, of course, very concerned for my statue and property, as it was quite expensive and took 2 years to get to me. So I actually drove and picked up another person from our server, TFU, if you're not already in it on Discord. And he was kind enough to wait for my statue to appear. And we took him out to dinner and stuff, and we'll be working on some other stuff as well while he's here. But he helped me assemble it and was very patient with my threats to his life. And I said, he said, I think there is a piece missing. I said, are you willing to gamble your life on that? He's like, well, I'd gamble $50. I was like, man, that's the easiest $50 I've ever made. I found the piece like instantly. So I did not actually charge him $50. I feel like I have to make that disclaimer. So if anybody has any questions about this figure, feel free to reach out. But this has been quite the 2-year adventure. Now, I would recommend to you, if you feel you can't afford one of these figures, is you can do payment plans, right? I just decided I have no idea when this was going to come out, and the delays just kept stacking, so it just happened to work out for me that I paid like $200 a month, and then it just paid itself off. And then it actually had like 8 months where no payments were due because it took so long. So I almost forgot about it, and then I was forgot about the last shipping payment, and then I was like, oh, what's this last payment for $211 on my card? I was like, oh yeah, that's the shipping. So this is Prime 1 Studios Megatron. I'm going to give it one last walk around so you can see all the details that they put into this. The shine on the armor. The details on the back, which kind of remind me of movie 1 Megatron. I don't know why, but reminds me of his back kibble. And the asymmetrical shoulder, I thought was a great touch in the movie design. A very Shockwave-esque coil there. Well, we have one more thing, actually. Let's get Moss Megatron over here. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to lift him. So, this is Moss Megatron, and the Prime 1 Studios figure obviously towers over it. But Moss is still an impressive figure, and let's see if we can get him. So he's only like up to his hand. I tried. And that's what the room looks like after unpacking. The whole room actually kind of looked like this. So. And, oh, there is one more thing again. Let's go look at how much of a mess these things made. This is how big just one of the boxes was. The other ones, it's too dark to pull in, but this was the statue box. And it is almost double the size of the base box where the stand comes in. Well, my fellow Decepticons, with that, we are going to end this video. I wish you all the best. And let me know if you want more videos like this. I'm about to get the Beast Wars Prime 1 Studio Megatron. Let me know if you think I should do the same kind of review. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good night.